That year, I halved my jet lag recovery time. I went from 5 hours to 2.5 hours. I currently hold 15 Guinness World Records for jet lag recovery. Let's just say jet lag doesn't affect me anymore. Hi, my name is Bryson and I'm a professional jet lag recovery coach. One of my most proudest moments was when I broke the sub 2 hour jet lag recovery. Nobody had even attempted anything like that before. Scientists and sleep experts were claiming it was impossible, but I was determined to prove them wrong. To break the 2 hours, I had to start doing something I had only ever dreamed of doing, which was start the recovery process during the flight, before it had even landed. I needed all the time I could get. As soon as the flight landed, I only had 2 hours to be completely recovered and feeling my best. To make things extra difficult, the flight flew east from Vancouver to London, and it was a red-eye flight. But I was ultimately successful and recovered in 1 hour, 47 minutes and 22 seconds, a record to this day. And that's ultimately what took off the professional jet lag recovery movement. It started gaining lots of recognition and people started to take it seriously. Before, people would just laugh at you and jet lag was seen as just something you had to put up with. There was no way around it. This was also around the time when guys like Brian McCassell and Johnny Elaine were trying to break the sub 2 hour long haul flight jet lag recovery. They were flying from New York to Singapore, like a 19-hour flight. If I remember correctly, I think they were almost able to do it. I think they did it in like 2.5 hours or something like that, which is still really good. Like that's still really impressive for the length of the flight they went on. Jet lag recovery, like anything, takes practice. For me, it's a lot of physical and mental exercises. Squats, push-ups, diaphragmatic breathing, really anything that helps improve the body's circulation. I also meditate. I listen to these little pingy noises, you know, they're kind of like boop, 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 and then a little bit like a it kind of has that Morse code vibe to it, but then it's also kind of surrounded in this little woo, 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 woo kind of noise too, and that just is amazing. Like that stuff works wonders. I don't think I'd be half as good at jet lag recovery if I hadn't have found those tones. On my website, I have free to download meditations that include all these tones. So, you know, if you're looking to get into jet lag recovery, you're definitely going to want to check those out. While I'm meditating, I'm also visualizing my body clock and I'm visualizing me changing it to my destination's time zone. So, you know, like maybe it's 8 o'clock here, but the time zone where I'm going to is 1 in the morning. So, you know, I'm just visualizing the clock getting turned all the way to 1 in the morning, you know? It takes a little bit of time to really get that visualization down, but once you have it, it's so good. Again, you can find that on my website. It's free to download, so go check that out. It's super helpful. I hold conferences and private seminars for anyone who's looking to improve their jet lag recovery time. I used to be hated by sleep scientists. They thought I was a scammer, but I was able to convince a few of them to take my program and they got a lot out of it and their perspectives completely changed. And every now and again, I get a few referrals from them. But you also need belief in yourself. You know, that will get you a long way too. My friend Max was able to get his jet lag recovery time down to 4 hours, completely off of belief alone. It's amazing what you can do when you just put your mind to it. Too many people focus on sleep, staying hydrated, taking melatonin supplements, which all have very little impact on your jet lag recovery time. They can only limit it down to like a day, and that's the best case scenario. I never thought I'd have this as a career, but I guess you could say the signs were all there. I come from a long line of early risers dating back to the 1490s with my 10th great grandpa, Bartholomew Cuthbert, who only needed 3 hours of sleep a day. After a long grueling carriage ride that lasted many days, Bartholomew was said to look more attentive and more awake than before the journey commenced, earning him the nickname Old Bart, which is not that good of a nickname. I'm not really sure what they meant by that, but that's just what he was known as, Old Bart. So, a little bit of family history for you. In high school, I took an elective on quantum mechanics, which really opened up my mind and just made me look at things in a whole different way and changed my opinions on a lot of things. It just allowed me to kind of think outside the box A lot of people get limited by their belief systems, which just doesn't happen with me. I'm just see something and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. There's no like, oh, that's impossible, you can't do that. I'm just like, I'm gonna try it and give it a go. And I think that's why I'm so successful in jet lag recovery. Apparently Boeing is working on a new plane that reduces jet lag for its passengers. It's like something about the engines produce a different frequency that allows you to be more relaxed and more calm, so that way you're not as stressed when you're taking the flight. The more stressed you are, the worse your jet lag tends to be, and the more relaxed you are, the more you can kind of adjust to the destination's time zone easier. And I think there was a few other things that it was also able to do. I can't quite remember, but it seems like an interesting project. So to sum everything up, jet lag recovery can kind of be boiled down to meditation and exercise and changing the way you think when you go on flights. Thanks for watching and good luck on your next flight.